Hi, I'm Megan with Heart, Mind, Soul, and Strength. And today I'm not coming to you from my living room. I'm here in the dining room with Ben Dotson.
Howdy.
So we are switching it up just a little bit today, continuing with the dating series that we started right before Christmas. I know it's been a little bit. Holiday season gets crazy, and then getting right back into it with January can be nuts. So we are starting where we left off. And today we're going to talk about our worst dating stories. So, first dates, breakups, everything. And we're hoping that by the end of it, you will not feel alone in your breakup stories, your dating stories, and that you'll even share some of yours with us. So, Ben and I were talking a couple of weeks ago about our dating stories, and we were just like, this has to get out there. So, I was telling him my first date story that just went horribly wrong, real quick. So we're gonna start with that one, and he's gonna share a few of his own. My first date story that tanked, first of all, happened several years ago when a certain dating app was in its prime, and so I met this guy. First of all, that was just dating apps. Anyways, I met him at his apartment, which was not the smartest idea, I will say that now. But he lived on this popular street in a city where we were going to walk and go to dinner and all of that, just walk and have fun. Well, he insisted that I come and check out his apartment and gave me the tour. And
Just trying to get you there.
So we did that. We went out. It was just an odd date. Just the conversations he would bring up, telling me his salary on the first date. It was just very odd. So I just figured he probably got that vibe. I definitely got that vibe. And we went our separate ways. Didn't hear from him afterwards. I was okay with that. Well, 3 days later, I get a call at 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock. And I do not get a hello, how are you, anything like that. I get, did you contact my ex-girlfriend? And I said, excuse me? He said, my ex-girlfriend, we are working on things. She is mad at me, and I think she knows about us. First of all, there was no us. There was a date, one date. Second of all, I asked him, I said, how would I know about your ex-girlfriend? He continues to say, when I went to the bathroom, did you go through my bookshelf and look at my yearbook and find her? And I said, I do not have time for this. Click. I continue to get a steady stream of calls and texts and just blowing my phone up. So I go get my roommate from the other room, and we sit on my bed and we just watch this fire hose coming through. Finally, I pick up the phone after the 6th or 7th call, and he goes, I just need to know. And I said, shh. He goes, what? And I go, I'm going through someone's bookshelf. You're being too loud. He goes, whose? And I click. And that was the last I ever heard of him. And my roommate, if she had not been there to witness that, I would have thought that it was a dream. But I am so glad I had a witness. And after that, no more. Just very careful on who I chose to do a first date with. But sometimes you just don't know till you're there. And then you have to have an escape plan. Just know that.
Did you stay on dating apps after that? Or was that kind of like your, I don't know?
I got off right after that. Okay. And yeah. Okay. So I prefer to meet people in person.
Right.
I do better with that. Right.
So my crazy.
You're crazy. Yeah,
also
you
came from app. May have been the same one. Who knows? So I went on this date with this girl, and things were going well. We went on, I think, 3 dates. So on the first date, I told her I'd gone to this popular restaurant in Charlotte, or I hadn't been over there yet. So I told her, oh yeah, no, I haven't been over there yet. I'd like to go. Maybe we can do that sometime. Trying to keep it going. So on our third date, we talked about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I have been over there. remembering that I indeed had been over there. And she's texted me and she goes, "Wait a minute. On our first date, you said you had never been there." And I said, "I forgot. I didn't realize it was the same spot." She proceeds to freak out. And so I said, "Look, I don't have time to deal with this. Figure it out, and then we'll go from there." And stop texting her. So the next day, I get this long text message, and she's going, "Hey, I'm really sorry. I feel really bad. I thought you might have been lying about it because you're hiding things from me, and there may have been other things." And I was like, "Okay." So then she goes, "I was off my meds, and I was acting a little bit crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever. Sorry, let's move past it and whatever." So I go into work, and at the time I was working in this small warehouse in South Carolina, and our company was not even like on the first page of Google. So if it's not on the first page of Google, it doesn't exist.
Pretty much.
So somehow she found it. I guess I told her where I worked at. Mm-hmm. She found it online, found the address for us, and this guy comes walking in the shop, and he's carrying a bouquet of like sunflowers and all these other different kind of flowers. I'm like, this guy is definitely lost. And he goes, "It's been here." And my buddy who I work with, I've never seen him laugh harder in my entire life. He lays out on the floor dying laughing because I told him the story. And he and I both knew immediately that this girl had sent me flowers. Wow. I was like, "Look, you could have got me like a bottle of whiskey, like steak, something." So I was like, this is too much for me. So
sunflowers.
I texted her that night like, "Hey, hope everything goes well for you. I'm not into this at all."
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, pretty much. So there's a lot of crazy that happens on those apps.
It does. I really think that's what gives those apps a bad name sometimes. But they don't always have to be bad. A lot of my friends have met their significant others that way, and they're married and happy and healthy. But
good for them.
I mean, and again, even people that you meet in person.
Yeah.
I've been on dates. Like there was one guy. I went on a date with him. We knew each other through work, and everything seemed great. But I'm not a coffee drinker, nor do I drink a lot of caffeine. So first of all, he knew that, and he still was like, "Let's go to a coffee shop for our first date." And I was like, "Wonderful." So we go, and he's like, "Yes, order anything you like." And he goes, "Don't order the whole menu." I said, "Okay." Since I don't drink coffee or caffeine, that leaves me with like 2 options in the first place. Second of all, cheap dates.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
But that was a one and done date right there.
Why was that?
Like, just the things that come out of people's mouths on a first date. That part to me, it's like, even if it's a bad date, it's so much fun just to retell those stories later that I'm like, it was worth it. It was so worth it.
And a lot of people just don't have conversation skills.
Yes.
Like, it's very hard to carry a conversation. And you'll be sitting there pulling teeth, and you're like, well, okay, this is done. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not going to go from here.
If there's no conversation, there really is nothing.
Right. So those things like you don't drink coffee.
Right.
I can't eat iceberg lettuce. It upsets my stomach in a major way. So there's another breakup story. Like anything story. I got to the point in this relationship with this girl that like that breakup conversation was there. Mm-hmm. And we both knew it. Okay. She knew it, we were like dancing around it, like, can we make this work? All this stuff. So the day come, I'm like, all right, I need to be done with this. So that afternoon, I had eaten a huge salad. And this girl lived on the 3rd floor of this apartment building. So I'm going, and she lives, on the other side of town. So I drive over there, and then as soon as my foot hits the first stair, I'm like, oh no. Oh boy, here we go. So I race up 3 floors, knock on her door. She answers the door. She knew I was coming. She was already crying. I was like, hey, I gotta use your bathroom. So go right past her. Yeah, that was it. Go right past her. proceeded to blow the toilet up.
Oh,
in that
God.
movie scene, where he's got like the towels, he's using the hand towels and stuff like that.
Yes.
I come out, she's laughing, and she goes, "Are you okay?" I was like,
at least you had a good sense of humor.
yeah, I was like, I feel much better now. And
But-
then we proceeded to break up. So I like to call that one the double dump story. So that's one way to
That
end
would
the
be one of the
relationship.
worst ways to end the relationship.
We both had the same kind of sense of humor, so it's kind of funny. It at least lighten the mood for a moment.
For easing into it,
Yeah.
just a bit.
So I'm glad I could help out with that.
Oh gosh, dating is so like tricky to navigate. When you have those conversations, you both know they're coming, but even just being able to deal with like people's quirks, like it cracks me up. Just the different ways people handle things. So.
And it's a fun part. Like you learn a lot about yourself from dating. So,
Oh yes.
You know, you learn more about yourself, I think, in those failed relationships than
Gosh, yes.
anything about them.
So like you never can take a fail as like a true fail. Like if you learned something and you like sat there and assessed it, then I think that was worth it.
Right.
Absolutely worth it. So,
Yep.
well, we've learned a lot and we have a lot of stories, but that's all we're going to share with you today. Plus all you probably want to hear. So thank you so much for tuning in with Heart, Mind, Soul, and Strength. Be sure to subscribe below and visit our website, heartmindsoulstrength.com. Ben, thank you for being here today, and maybe you'll hear from him soon.
Appreciate it.